Oh, look at the leaves changing. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness, guys. Come here, look. Oh, I don't have a good zoom lens on. Look at the chicken sitting on Manny the alpaca's back.
Oh my gosh.
What if that's how they're getting over the fence? Like they're roosting on his back.
Good job.
He moved. One of the roosters hopped up there and he walked away and they hopped off his back. That is so funny. We've been out of town the last few days. As you guys know, we're back now, kind of getting around. Everybody's getting up and around on this first morning back. I actually have not walked around my farm yet. We got home right at dark yesterday and it's raining. So somebody's getting tickled back there. So I am about to go around and take a look at the farm. You got Brucey? Little sweet Bruce. You said you want some oatmeal for breakfast? Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I'll gladly make it for you. It's actually warmed up some, so it's not that cool out here. Still slightly fallish. My animals are all gonna be upset that I'm just coming to see them and not bringing food. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Hello. Good morning. Hey, you coming in? Well, come on. You coming? Nope. Oh, she did come. That is precisely why they're running all over the property. Yo, look at this rooster. Isn't he so cool? He's just a barnyard mix. But so handsome. Hey, Toby.
Hello.
What's up? Go ahead. Hey, will you push that basket back in?
Oh, there's an egg behind it.
Huh?
There's an egg behind it.
Oh, well, reach back there and get that.
There's a lot of eggs.
Good. Are you pecking my feet? Little stinkers. That's not it?
2 more.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, that is a lot.
How much is this?
I'll count them.
Them.
Can I count them?
Yes. 11.
Very good. Thanks, girls. You'll get some breakfast in a minute. Look at this. Nana added some finishing touches before she left this weekend to go back to Florida. So beautiful. I love it. Hey, girls. Good morning. Yeah, one's a boy. He doesn't mind whenever I say, hey, girls. Actually, there are 2 boys. Hello. Good morning. How are you guys? I missed you. I missed you. I listen to the hogs singing. That's the breakfast song. Give me food. Hey, Toby, check this out. Look at the door to the high tunnel. That's a tomato plant. There's another one there. They're just growing out of all the places where there's little bits of soil.
Tomatoes?
No, that won't be able to grow tomatoes. Oh. It is good to be home. I've got some food to eat out here, guys. Got some red leaf romaine here. Look at these little radishes. I bet some of these are big enough. Yeah, look at there. We could eat these radishes. They're ready.
Yeah. Are we going to get them?
Not right now. I'm not going to pick them until I'm ready to cook them. Because then I just got to find something to do with them. Look at the Chinese cabbage. That's starting to plump up, head up.
Are these cabbages?
Yes, those are cabbages. Those are the ones you planted.
Yeah, I know.
Don't you remember? Wow, look, they're starting to get little bitty heads in there. Look over here. These are collards.
Is there kale in here?
Yeah, the kale's right there. We're going to be eating that a lot this week, actually.
Are you going to make kale chips out of it?
Yes.
Yes. Kale chips.
As soon as my oven works again. I feel the exact same way. Look at these tomato plants growing in the rows. I just left them because I wanted to see what would happen.
They're actually going to
Broccoli.
I actually think they're going to grow tomatoes.
You think? The peas are starting to set little blossoms.
Wait, what are those?
Peas, sweet peas. Oh, here's some more blossoms down here. Look at that. Oh, so much loveliness. These, you know what these are, Toby? Brussels sprouts. So we were driving back from Mobile, Alabama this weekend, where we spent a couple days down there with some of our friends, and we stopped in Jackson, Mississippi, and we just ordered some food to go. And so on the way back, we're like, we've got to go to this place again. And it was this place called Babalu. And anyway, I got these Brussels sprouts from there that were the best Brussels sprouts I've ever had. I'm gonna try to recreate them, and I'll share it with you guys if I figure it out. But had apples and onions and jalapenos, and they were so good. And seeing those Brussels sprouts growing right there makes me look forward to trying that with something that I grew. Looks mostly fantastic in here. A little bit of bug damage, but for the most part, everything's looking really good.
This is good.
I've got lots of kale. Here's dinosaur kale. What'd you say?
This looks very good.
It does look good. We still have a ton of peppers too.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Look at these. Just covered. They've got a ways to go.
Yeah? What is this?
This is like an oxheart cabbage. What are the spiciest peppers I've ever had? I don't really like to eat spicy peppers.
No, like where is there?
You don't need to bite them. There's habaneros back there, but that would not be a good idea for you.
Because it's too hot.
Yeah, it'll hurt you. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Here we've got more kale. I can probably go ahead and thin this out some more. Here's where Nana thins some turnips and rutabagas into these little containers, and so I'm gonna plant these in this bed. We'll probably do that this week. I think what I'm probably gonna do is where I've planted these kales really thick. This is 1,000 head kale and like red ursa kale, and I'm going to thin those out and move some of these little plants when I thin them. I'm just really carefully pull them out, and I'm gonna plant these green stalks with them just to see how they do. What do you see? Oh, that rooster.
You want me to get him?
Yep. This is not your home, rooster.
Well, it kind of is, but over there.
That's right. Thanks, Tobe.
Yep.
All right, let's go back and check on our little baby piggies, which have probably changed a lot. They change so much and grow so fast. But you have to think that these animals go from being like 1.5 pounds when they're born to being like probably close to 300 pounds when they're a year old. So they have to gain on average like nearly, what is that, like 10 ounces a day or something like that, like close to 1 pound a day to get to that, which is crazy.
A 300-pound fish, is that impossible?
No, they're a 300-pound fish. Look at these mamas. Well, they're out here. So let's go check on the babies. They think I've got their breakfast. Hey, you better back up. I don't have your breakfast. Here, we're just gonna take a quick look here. Oh yeah, look at them. Wow, they've gotten so much bigger. Guys, these piglets have doubled in size since I've been gone. And look at little Runty looking really good. Yeah, they just think we have breakfast. Gerard, quit looking at her like that. Let her heal. They've already changed so much. That's how it is with newborn baby anythings. They just don't keep. Yep, look at these.
Yeah, robot.
They're so much bigger. I really want to get in here and see how many boys and girls we have in this litter. I'm sorry. I promise I'll bring you back some snacks.
When is she gonna have babies?
I don't know when Doris is gonna have her babies, but here before too long. Doris is bitey, so I have to kind of watch her. She'll nibble on you. She grabbed hold of my sweater the other day and started pulling it back and snagged it. I started to sing Weezer to her. Hey! Hey! Gosh, they've gotten so much bigger. They're twice the size they were whenever I left. Just in a few days.
That's the mama?
Yeah, that's their mama. She's saying back up.
She looks like Gerard.
Well, yeah. They're the same kind of pig.
He's bigger than both of these.
Yeah, she is bigger.
Way bigger.
Hey, troubadour, you gonna sing us a song? That's the rooster Ben Turn brought us because he crowed all the time. I love a vocal rooster. I'm always glad to have roosters crowing on the farm, but I understand for some people they're not wanting that, especially when their chicken coop is right outside their bedroom window. Because of cartoons, some people have the idea that roosters crow like an alarm clock and they just crow in the morning. and, you know, sun up. When in reality, roosters crow all the time, especially certain roosters. Like if that's I don't know what it is, like its personality. I haven't noticed it being really by breed, but occasionally you'll get one that's really vocal. If you were to go out on my back porch at 3 in the morning and sit really still, you might even hear a rooster crowing. Usually they don't crow at night as much because they're asleep, but occasionally they do. Hello, girls.
Hello.
So here are my girly alpacas. They're across the fence here. So our alpacas, you can kind of see them over here. We have 3 females, and we did breed them, or attempt to, last year about this time. It was towards the end of October. Actually, I think it's almost a year ago exactly. And I wasn't entirely sure if that took. I wasn't sure. And what you can do is you breed them and then you put them back in 2 weeks later, and they'll, like, if the female is bred, she won't let the male near her. She'll just spit at him. And we didn't end up doing that on time. And then I read something and got really nervous because I read that if you have not been keeping your males with your females, and the only thing that the male knows to do is just breed females when he's around her, that he will like force the issue and can cause a miscarriage of a pregnancy if there is a pregnancy. So I was really nervous, and we were like basically dealing with the vet and trying to get our alpacas healthy because we had some issues with them coming down from Ohio. We won't do that again if you're gonna buy livestock. I learned this at HOA after we got our alpacas. You can move horizontally across the country, but don't move vertically. Like, don't bring animals multiple states down from the north or up from the south, because they can have a really hard time adjusting. It's best if you're going to get animals from out of your direct region to go this way, which we just didn't know that at the time. Now we do. But we didn't want to force breeding whenever we weren't sure what was going on. We just wanted to make sure everybody was healthy. We wanted to decide what all we were going to keep. And now they have not had babies. They should have had them within the last couple weeks if they were going to. I don't think that they're going to, but we're gonna wait a little while longer, and then we're gonna put Manny in with them, and we'll attempt to breed again, and then it'll take a year, and we'll have babies. And this time we'll do the spitting off thing at 2 weeks to see if it takes.
I hope I get to see alpaca babies.
I would love to see alpaca babies. They're called crias, actually.
Well, tell me when they're like in labor, because
Yeah.
I want to be there.
Okay, I'll do that. I don't know, Sweetheart is the only one that I still was like, could she potentially be bred? She looks a little thick around the middle, but she was the first one that we attempted to breed. And I have heard that they can go, it takes 12 months, and I've heard that it can go 2 weeks in either direction. So there's still time. She could be, but I don't have just a whole lot of hope that that is what's going on. And if not, it is okay. We keep the alpacas mostly just because I like them. I think they're really neat animals. I think they're funny. And the other thing is they're fiber animals. So alpaca fiber is a really like nice luxury fiber. And we did shear them this year. I have the raw fiber. I was actually gifted a beautiful spinning wheel from a viewer that sent it to me so that it would get used because she wasn't spinning anymore. And I started learning last winter. It is incredibly therapeutic. I put it up when we put the garden in because realistically I just was not gonna have time, but it's starting to get to be that time again. So we actually got it out, and I've set it up downstairs next to the fireplace. And my hope is to card this alpaca fiber and spin it into some yarn.
Why are you turning the alpaca fiber into a yarn? I thought you were going to turn it into a blanket.
Well, you turn it into a yarn, and then you knit the yarn into a blanket. So there's a lot of steps.
Oh.
Which is why that's why items made by homespun fiber can be so costly, because they have so much time invested in them. So they're very precious. I know I have like a jillion things that I'm doing, but I have this romantic notion of like, once I have grandbabies, to like be able to knit and crochet my grandbabies things. And at some point in the meantime, as I'm learning, I want to be able to crochet like hats and socks. And I'm going to start with smaller things. I do know how to crochet. My problem is, and this is just going to be completely honest about the person that I am, I need projects that have some sort of turnaround. Like when I see people that have been working on the same blanket for like 6 months, I'm like, that's props. I couldn't do it. I really just couldn't. Maybe someday I will have that measure of patience, but not today. Go on in. Toby, you're so cute. Another thing that we are going to be doing this week on the farm is integrating this herd of goats in with our other Nubians. I'm just going to go ahead and put the other girls in here. We've had these goats for over a month now, and so I feel good about putting them together. They've been sharing the fence. I've been watching really closely out here, and you can kind of tell when a goat has been bred because their backside's kind of a mess. And all of these girls have now been bred by Thorin, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my other Nubians in here just with him, so that if they have not been bred by chance, they will go ahead and get covered by him. So the goats will run together at that point. One thing that Maya and I actually have been talking a lot about this week, and Jill watched the farm for us while we were gone. You guys got to hang out with her, Whispering Willow Farm. It's been really fun to watch her subscriber count like skyrocket. So thank you guys. I love how you support my friends, and it is such a blessing to me to get to share this platform. It's a huge blessing. But we've talked a lot about kind of being at the brink of looking at what's next for us. And you know, we've shared over the course of the last couple years that we did not plan on always staying at this property. Now we've finished many of the projects. We're going to put up a goat barn, something that we're going to need for the next year because we're doing all this breeding and this property really needs it. But at that point, we've pretty much done the projects that we had planned here. The last thing that is going to be our focus here for the next year is building soil. So moving animals, getting the soil that's exposed covered with a lot of rocks, but we just want to leave it better than it is now. And that's kind of our last focus. We're working on what that looks like, and we'll share it with you guys. So I'm gonna go. I've got an appointment this morning, but thank you for hanging out with me today, checking out the farm. You ready?
Yes.
We bless you. Until next time.